Welcome to our few moments together on the Parsha. This Shabbos, we have the privilege of reading Parshas Vayakhel. Usually, Vayakhel and Pekudei go together, but this year, because it's a leap year, there's a second Adar, therefore Vayakhel and Pekudei are separate. And Parshas Vayakhel begins with the statement that Moshe gathers all the Jewish people together, and Hashem tells him, Eila hadvarim, these are the things asher tziva Hashem la'asososam, which Hashem commanded to do them. And it's talking there about the observance of Shabbos. Our Chazal point out that the 39 malachas are hinted to by the words Eila hadvarim asher tziva Hashem la'asososam. These are the things, sheshes yomim te'osem malacha, and so on and so forth. Yom HaShvi Tishbos, on the seventh day you should rest. You're not allowed to do any malacha. Kol ha'osa bo malacha, b'yom HaShabbos you must. Anyone who does any malacha on the Shabbos day is a capital offense. Our Chazal teach us that the words Eila hadvarim are hinting to the 39 malachas through a very interesting gematria. It's a remez. If you look at the beginning of the seventh parak in Masechta Shabbos, Daf Ayin Aleph, Ayin Beis, Ayin Gimel, it says Eila these. Aleph is 1, Lamed is 30, and Hey is 5. That's a total of 36. And then it said Devarim. Devarim is plural. It's not Davar. It's Devarim. So that's 2 more. 36 and 2 is 38. And Hadevarim, the extra Hey, makes it a total of 39 malachas, which Hashem commanded that we're not allowed to do them on Shabbos. If you go a little further in the Parsha, you'll see by the third aliyah that is given on Mondays and Thursdays and on Mincha, it has a listing of all the kelim of the Mishkan that were going to be made. And it says, Es HaMishkan, Es Ohlo, Es Michsehu, and so on and so forth. And there are a total of 40 mentions of the word es. 9 of them are not es, but ace. Why is it that sometimes the word es is pronounced es, and sometimes, minority of times, it's pronounced ace? So there's one basic, very good answer to this, and you'll notice this if you look inside the Chumash as the Baal Koreh reads it, you'll see that every time it uses the word es, it's because there is no trup. There are no musical annotations on the word es. But when there's a musical annotation where it says ace, kalei echotzer, then there's an ace. When there's a musical notation, it's ace. So there's a difference between ace and es, not in terms of meaning, because neither ace nor es have any specific meaning, except, as we're going to see in a moment, to point out the difference in the trup. The trup is ace, and the non-trup is es. But the word es and ace, or either one, does have a tremendous value. If you're more interested in exactly what the word means, I refer you to Reb Shamshu of Earl Hirsch, the writings of Rav Hirsch, at the very beginning of Bereshis, to show the etymological source of the word es. But I'd like to discuss today the concept of the word es, because we know that the word es appears at the very beginning of the Torah. It appears in the first sentence, Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim ve'es ha'aretz. And this is the seminal pasuk which gives us the understanding of the power of creation ex nihilo, which means the creation of the world of something from nothing. Hachodesh Baruch Hu created the world something from nothing. There was nothing here. There was ayin, and Hashem created yesh. He created yesh me ayin, something from nothing. Creation ex nihilo. And something from nothing requires a tremendous amount of energy. We know that even scientists are referring to the creation of the world using the terminology the Big Bang, because there had to be a tremendous force of energy to take a small atom or the nucleus of an atom, a very fragment of matter. It's almost non-matter, almost. It's nothing. And Hachodesh Baruch Hu takes that non-matter, and with the tremendous force of the power of Hachodesh Baruch Hu in creation, creates Bereshis Bara Elokim. At the beginning, Hashem created Eis Hashamayim. He created the heavens, the Eis Ha'aretz, Es Ha'aretz, and the land. So there's a force being exerted on nothing to make it something. And there's a clash between verb and noun. The verb of creation is bara. Bara, Bereshis bara Elokim. The Brias Ha'olam. And the creation of the world of something from nothing is a tremendous force. And when the unbelievable force of the verb bara comes against the immovable, non yet formed world, there's a force of a verb, bara, clashing against the noun, oretz, the noun, shamayim. And when you have this awesome amount of power, of activity, coming up against the stationary, immobile, non-movable earth, and you want to make the earth blossom and to show all the mountains and valleys and oceans and seas and plants and fish and animals and the whole world, including humanity, there's a tremendous force exerted. And when tremendous force comes up against an immovable object, there's such a clash in the language between the verb and the noun that it has to be separated by S. What do you mean it has to be separated by S? Because our Chazal tell us that the word S is made up of the two beginning and ending letters of the entire alphabet, Aleph and Taf. And the force of creativity acting against the immovable force of an inanimate object, the noun, creates a dissonance in language, a dissonance in thought. How do you get from a force of tremendous power against an immobile, stationary thing and not have a tremendous explosion in even the language syntax to make it dissonant and uncomfortable? So Hashem, in His infinite wisdom, taught us that there has to be a break, a buffer, and the buffer is the Aleph and the Taf, the beginning and the end of the Aleph base. The Torah is so deep and so full of beautiful ideas, not only in what Hashem made, but in the way it was done. Hashem created things in such a way that gives us an indication of the beauty of the creation of the world. Have you ever thought about the uniqueness of the bracha? Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, who brings forth bread from the ground. I can understand that it's logical for us to understand that we would make a bracha, borei peri ha'adama. Hashem is the one who created the fruit of the ground. He's a borei peri ha'etz. He's the one who creates the fruit of the tree. He's borei minei mizonos. But what do we do with the bracha, hamotzi lechem min haaretz? That Hashem is the one who brings forth bread from the ground. Is it true that Hashem is the one who brings forth bread from the ground? But the grammar and the use of the syntax of hamotzi lechem min haaretz gives us a deep insight into the way a human being has to relate to all that comes to us in our lives. Before we eat bread, we wash netilas yadayim. And I should mention, by the way, if you want to know the source of netilas yadayim, you go to this week's Sedra, and you go to the end where it talks about the wash basin, the kiyar, being made from the maros hatzovos, from the beautiful copper mirrors that the women in Egypt used to beautify themselves with. Take a look at that Rashi and read Rav Shamshon of Earl Hirsch on there. But that's not our discussion for now. What we're talking about now is the word that Hashem is motzi lechem min haaretz. He's bringing forth bread from the ground. No. A person would say, that's not so. I was the one who planted the seed. I was the one who tilled the ground. I was the one who brought the water. I was the one who protected as the seasons went by and made sure it had enough adequate water. I was the one who built the oven. I was the one who cut the wood. I was the one who made the fire. I was the one who kneaded the dough. I was the one who made and formed the bread and watched it and created it. I was the one. So there's a problem that a person might say, it's my power that has done this. And therefore, we don't say that. We say, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Hashem, you're the one who gave us the power. You're the one who is Borei. You're the one who acted on us to give our noun, inanimate, form, from creation, Bora, Es Hashamayim, Es Haaretz, and you separated with the word Es, and you were the one who helped us bring forth bread from the ground, and therefore we say the bracha with that way, so we should know that the creation was so powerful that it was Hashem who gave us everything we have, all that we possess. And Hashem is the one who gives us all the goodness in our lives. There's no question that Klal Yisrael is going through a very difficult time, but with the recognition that it's Hashem who gives us everything, and He's the one who creates all, and He recognizes the tremendous power that's inherent within the words of the Torah, Es Hashamayim, the Es Haaretz. The Mishkan is S, and so on and so forth, because Hashem helped us to make it and form it something from nothing. Our lives are like something from nothing. And we hope that when we finally take our responsibility carefully and we utilize the something that we are, the something that is the essence of us, the spirit and the neshama that Hashem created within us, when we do that, then we're fulfilling the purpose of Es HaShamayim, the Es HaOretz, Bara and Shamayim, Bara and Adam, Bara and the human soul come from the creation of Hashem. It's a good time, now that we are approaching Rosh Chodesh Adar, to recognize that the simcha, the joy, and all of our lives are inherently responsible to the force of Hashem's action on us in our inanimate bodies and souls to be able to fulfill our destiny as Am Yisrael, to make the world a better place to live. I want to wish everyone a wonderful Shabbat Shalom U'Mevorach, a great Shabbos and a Chodesh Tov. We should be seeing soon in our time the fulfillment of Misha Nichnas Adar Marbin B'Simcha. Shabbat Shalom U'Mevorach to all, and Chodesh Tov to all.